Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Early Bird. Let's take a look at yesterday's games as one series is over with and others appear to be going deep. Coming up. All right, let's take a look at these scores. As the developments, we had one dramatic close to one game and another blowout. And another team making a statement that they are right back in the series and one series is done with. So let's look at the scores. We'll get going. Here we go. Florida wins in overtime in Washington. Tie that game with something like 2 minutes left. It was very, very close. Reinhardt actually got the game-tying goal. And they win in overtime to even up that series going home. So Florida basically deke out a real scare in Washington, or else they would have been really in a mess going home. Pittsburgh, again, have their way with Shesterkin. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to play Shesterkin in Game 5. We'll have to see how that goes. But since Game 1, Shesterkin's looked more than human. 7-2 Pittsburgh in that one. And Colorado, we're behind in the third, won in Nashville, 5-3. That was an empty net goal there, the fifth one. And in Dallas, Calgary have their way, finally, in a game. And they win 4-1 to even up that series at 2 apiece. So let's get out east. Let's get started. Let's go into Washington and take a quick look at that game there. All right, here we go. Okay, Verhaeghe, Panthers rally for overtime victory against Capitals in Game 4. And what do the numbers say? Well, the numbers say the Panthers should have won this game, but let's take a look at it. Shots on goal were 32, and the Capitals can only muster together 16 shots in this game. The face-offs, 57% for Florida, 43% for the Caps. Florida, though, 0 for 4 in the power play. Still struggling. The Capitals, 1 for 5. The hits, 46 for Florida, 56 for Washington. Big hitting game. The blocks, 10 for Florida, 24 for the Capitals. And the giveaways, Florida had 6, the Capitals had 18. And we'll look at the shots. First period, 11-7 Florida. Second period, 12-4 Florida. And third period, 7-5 Florida. And the overtime, 2-0 Florida. And there it is, 32-16 for the game. So this game, my feel in this game is I can honestly say I don't feel the shots really do Washington justice in this game. Washington were ahead all game, and they were hitting, they were taking the body, they just couldn't sustain a lot of pressure, but there was a lot of missed shots, a lot of blowing chances. Washington were more in that game, I thought, than the shots would really indicate, but Florida, like a good team, came back, got the game tire, forced overtime, and in the overtime, they were the presser also. You know, this Florida team, though, I would still say aren't a lock to win this series. I mean, this Washington team, know they let one slip away. They know they let one slip away. They're a veteran team. We're going to see how they bounce back. Moving along. Let's go to the next Eastern game. Here we go. The Rangers in Pittsburgh. Penguins score 5 goals in second period, defeat Rangers in Game 4. And the numbers. Rangers had 24 shots. The Penguins had 41. The Rangers had 40% on the face-off. Penguins had 60%. Rangers 0 for 1 in the power play. Very disciplined game by Pittsburgh. Not taking, they took 1 penalty. And they threw 49 hits at them, and they took 1 penalty. The Penguins 1 for 3 on the power play. And there's the hits again. Now the Rangers had 49 hits. The Penguins had 54. Good hard-hitting teams, these two. 10 blocks for the Rangers, 18 for the Penguins, 4 giveaways for the Rangers, 10 for the Penguins. And the shots, first period 14-8 Pittsburgh, second period 16-11 Pittsburgh, third period 11-5 Pittsburgh. In the game 41-24 once again. And folks, in this game, I'll tell you what, this was the men showing up to play the boys. Really? That's what happened. That's what I seen in this game. The Rangers didn't even make a push in the third period. They were intimidated by Pittsburgh. It's the first time, I have to say, in this series that I seen the Rangers actually look intimidated. They looked intimidated in the third period. So, you know, this happens with young teams. It doesn't mean the Rangers are choking. The Rangers are a young team. Now, young teams, it's funny how they can bounce back or not bounce back. It's just, you know, the Penguins might be going through the era and their development with this good young squad they have, because this is a good young team in New York. But this good young team might have to go through growing pains, and this is when you're up against a veteran team that's won Stanley Cups. I picked myself the Rangers to win this series, and right now, this Penguins team looks ready to put them away. We'll see. The Rangers are going to have a good bounce back at home, which I think they will. I think we're going to see a Game 6 for sure in this series. I'm pretty sure. I'd be very surprised if the Rangers just fizzle out next game. Now, I can see a Game 6 in this series. Let's go out west. The first game we're going to look at is Colorado attempting to close out their series in Nashville. Here we go. Avalanche rally past Predators in Game 4, sweep West first round series. And I'm going to show you folks my theory why. Here we go. Look at the numbers here. Now, the shots on goal, 38-31 for the Predators. For the Avalanche. The face-offs, 47% for the Avs, 53 for the Preds there. Avalanche 1 for 2 on the power play. The Preds were 0 for 2. But look at this once again, this Colorado team, how they continue to surprise me, I'll tell you. 46 hits in a game where the Predators, you would figure, would be out hitting them way more, to 44 for the Preds. 20 blocks for Colorado, 15 for Nashville, and rounding out the numbers, 4 giveaways for Colorado and 7 for the Predators. But again, that 46 hits. I mean, Colorado continue to play the boards hard. And if they're going to do that, it's going to be hard for anybody to stop this team. And the shots. 13-6 Colorado in the first period. Then the second period, 12-11 Nashville. And in the third period, a very entertaining period actually, 14-13 for Colorado, 38-31 for the game. And as we're on the subject, this Colorado team and their hitting and everything, I'll tell you what, Cale Makar is my pick so far to win the Conn Smythe. What I've seen so far in this playoffs, he just is everywhere. So we're going to have to see how that pans out. But again, as a team, this time around, this Colorado team is playing hard. They're playing physical, hard-nosed playoff hockey. I mean, they are really showing up this year. Now, a lot of their fans might be a little nervous for the second round. I wouldn't be so much if they're going to do this. If they're going to do these 40-hit games and 45-hit games, they're going to win the Cup. I'm just so sure of it. If they do, if they continue. Now, a team that isn't one of the top hitting teams in the league usually have a way of like going back into the old habits of not hitting so much. We'll see. We'll see. Final game, Calgary at Dallas. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. Flames defeat Stars in Game 4 to even Western first round. And the numbers, what do they say? Well, the numbers say Calgary had 54 shots in this game, folks. The Stars had 35. Faceoffs favored Calgary also 56-44. 1 for 5 on the power play for the Flames, 1 for 6 for the Stars, so they each flip a goal on the power play. And the hits dead even, 29 apiece, which is good enough if you're a Calgary fan. Yeah, it's good enough. If you can match them, that's fine. That is fine. 12 blocks for the Flames, 25 for the Stars. And giveaways, 11 for Calgary, 13 for the Stars. And the shots. First period, set the tone, 19-8 for Calgary. Second period, 20-14 for Calgary. Third period, 15-13 for Calgary. Well deserving. The period's shot totals really kind of tell it tells the tale in this game, the shots. It really does. It's one of those games I can honestly say that. So, that's it for last night's games, guys. I could tell you, looking at it, I'll just give a quick summary what I think. I think Florida is, for the first time, has the momentum in this series now. I think for the first time, Florida have the momentum going home. So it's almost like now Florida has a fresh start and it's a best of 3 going home. So they had, and if you're a Washington fan, you got to feel pretty good about your chances because the Capitals have been hell to put down so far. The Rangers appear to be done for the season. I don't think so because they're a young team. I never write off a young team. I wouldn't, the way I would see it, if the Rangers win next game, they're one road win away from having a Game 7 in their home ice, which is what they played all year for. You play to get that home ice in a Game 7. If you're, just in case it's a Game 7, you always want to have the home ice. So the Rangers really got to take care of business at home, win one game on the road, and get back home and try to make a comeback in the series. You just never know. In this day and age, you never know. Nobody's safe. Colorado, Nashville. Colorado, well deserving of a sweep. And I picked that to go 6. I actually thought Nashville could upset them with goaltending. I don't think it would have helped in this series. Not what I've seen with them. Not with the physical game, that element Colorado has brought into this series. I did not think Colorado would do this in the playoffs. This team appears ready now to win a Stanley Cup. The way Colorado's playing physically, if they keep it up, all playoffs, not just maybe early in the second round and then fizzle out and start doing 18 hits a game or something. No, they're in the playoffs. If they continue getting 40 to 45 hits a game, Colorado will win the Stanley Cup. I'm sure of it. And Calgary and Dallas. Calgary came back like a good team should. I thought Dallas, though, was going to win this game, to be honest. I did. But Calgary showed up just in time, I would say, brought their physical game, brought their skating game. They looked good yesterday. They looked fast. They were out shooting them something like 13-2, right, early in the game. So, this is the playoffs, folks. This is the playoffs. Anything can happen. Anything. I'm sure we're going to see a Game 7 in overtime in the first round. I'm just going to go on record saying that. We're going to see if it happens. All right, that's it. The early bird is singing, folks. He's singing. All right, so I got to go. I got things I got to do. I got one more video to make, and I'll see you folks in that one. Have a great day, guys.